welcome back. So today, I am going to be showing you guys my line progression on my pregnancy tests. So by now you guys have obviously heard the news that I'm pregnant again. If you're new here, this is the first video you've ever watched by me, then really quickly I'm going to tell you that back in January I found out that I was pregnant, and unfortunately I had a miscarriage in February sometime. Basically, if you want to know more about that, check out that video. I will leave a little card up here for it and a link down below for it as well if you didn't find it up here. Check that video out because I'm not going to repeat the story just for the sake of that. This is not what this video is about. This video is about the current pregnancy. The reason that I'm doing all of these pregnancy tests is because after having the miscarriage, I wanted to see the line get darker. For whatever reason, it's making me feel better, so that's kind of why I did it. And not only that, but I bought like 2 boxes of pregnancy tests. There's 8 tests right here that I'm about to show you. Yeah, after the miscarriage, I had a period about 4.5 weeks later. I did have a DNC though, so after the DNC, 4.5 weeks later, I had my period. And then I did ovulate. I did test for ovulation. I also was going off of the app that I use, which is Flow. Love Flow, by the way. And it told me when I was going to ovulate, it gives you like a window of ovulation of a chance to get pregnant, and then it gives you like your ovulation day, which is a prediction, of course. But if you're like me and you test for ovulation, then you will know for sure how correct the app is. And for me, it was like spot on. That is something that I think I've talked about in another video, which it might already be up. It might already be up. I'll put a little card up here for it. I talked about my ovulation. I took ovulation tests. So obviously the time came around. I had some symptoms, which will be in a future video, of what I believed to be pregnancy. I know that some people say you don't have any symptoms for the 2-week wait period, and other people do. Or they just know because they know their body really well, and I feel like it's the point where I know my body pretty well, and there was definitely a major difference, which, like I said, I will be talking about in my 2-week wait period symptoms video. Let's get into the pregnancy test. I'm going to show you guys the progression lines. Okay, first and foremost, I apologize. This particular camera does not autofocus, and this is the closest I can get to it without it being blurry, because if I get closer you can't see. Yeah, okay, so first test I took was 10 DPO. I did not write DPO on any of these tests because some of them I took in the morning and some I took at night, and I wanted to document that more because for me, I know what the number means. So the first test I took, as you can see, was for 10 DPO. I had to work when I was 9 DPO and I did not have time to take a test, so I did not. So I took one on 10 DPO. The first one is AM, if you could tell by my chicken scratch on these weird tests. This is actually the Meyer brand of the clear blue test, which is why you may or may not recognize them. As you can see, this one is AM, and it's a little bit more faint than this one. If you can tell the difference, maybe I'm crazy and there is no difference at all, but after it's been 5 days, so after a while, it kind of looks like this one is a little bit darker. And then I obviously, when I got this result, I took this test, which is a first response, and I got the faint second line. Faint or not, it was definitely a line, and it wasn't one that I had to squint to see, so I knew that I was pregnant. But 11 DPO came around, and I took this one in the evening. And as you can see, it's a pretty obvious, not very faint line. I took 12 DPO in the morning. It looks pretty much the same as 11. I don't see much of a difference, but maybe it's because there was only like 12 hours between the two. And then I took 13 in the morning, and it does look a little bit darker than 12. Like I said, maybe I'm crazy, but I think it's darker. And then I took 14 DPO in the morning, and it looks a little bit darker yet. It is now the same color as the control line. Compared to this, looked a little bit lighter than the control line. And then we have 15, which is what I am today, and I took this maybe an hour ago. And the test line is darker than the control line, which is what I wanted. So the whole point of me taking the test was not only did I want to see the lines get darker like they are, but I really wanted to see the test line darker than the control line, which is what I finally got today. So I did work today till 2:30. I got home about 3, and I took this about maybe 3:15, 3:30. So not like the evening, but later in the day after I did drink some water and whatnot, and it's darker than yesterday's morning test. And I am happy with these results. So there you have it. I got what I wanted. I got the darker test line than the control line, and the big difference between this pregnancy and the last one is I didn't get positives as early as I did this time. I think I tried to take some tests like 6, 5, maybe even 4 days before my missed period was supposed to start, and I did not get any positives at all. And then I skipped a couple days, and I waited until I had actually missed my period like the first day. Then I took one, and then I got, it wasn't like faint, it was maybe like between 10 and 11 DPO results that I have this time, if that makes any sense. I'm not going to make you guys rewind to look at it, but it was like there, but it wasn't super faint, but it wasn't super dark either. I don't know. I think I should have realized that getting a positive later should have been an obvious moment of realization that something was different with that pregnancy. And the fact that I got a positive at 10 DPO, granted, I don't know what DPO I was with Riley when I tested. I know I was like 6 days before my period was supposed to start. And her line was pretty dark. It was pretty dark. Today is the first day of my predicted period start. It says my period may start today. It's going to stay the same thing tomorrow. Then the day after that, I'm pretty sure it's going to say that my period is a day late. My period isn't technically even late yet, and I already have this super dark positive line, and I have yet to make an appointment. It's still really early, I know. I got these lines when I was like 3 weeks and 3 days or 4 days or something pregnant, because I entered everything into my app, the Ovia pregnancy app, which is what I used before. And it gave me a predicted due date of January 12th. We initially wanted a September baby to be around Jared's birthday, but obviously that did not happen, and now I'm gonna have a winter baby, which is gonna be different because I had Riley like kind of in the middle in late summer, and it was super unbearable. So I'm looking forward to not being hot as hell this year. But with that being said, that's pretty much everything I have to show you and tell you guys. I'm just thrilled. I'm not going to be like overjoyed yet until we're past the safety zone, but I think we are going to tell Facebook, the friends of Facebook, a little bit sooner than we were going to last time. We were going to wait until 10 weeks and I had an ultrasound picture, but obviously that did not go as planned. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. If you made it this far, I appreciate you. I know that I talk a lot in my videos. Anyway, I'm gonna end this video here. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!